Today I'm going to teach you how to make these 4 delicious cranberry sauces. These each have a wonderfully balanced flavor profile and are perfect for serving this holiday season. Welcome to Food Crazed. The first recipe I'm showing you today is the orange cranberry sauce. Let's go ahead and zest 1 orange. We need to juice about 3 oranges for this recipe. It's roughly about 3/4 of a cup that we need to reserve. Fresh orange juice adds a really nice brightness to this orange cranberry sauce. Otherwise, you can substitute store-bought orange juice in place of the fresh. All right, let's begin. To our saucepan, we're going to add 3 cups of cranberries, 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, 3/4 of a cup of fresh orange juice, 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice, and zest of 1 orange. We're going to turn the temperature to about a medium high so that we can bring this up to a boil. We're going to reduce the heat and just simmer this for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you can tell that the sauce is really transformed, and you can tell because it's kind of like a jam-like consistency and it's sticking really nicely to the back of my spatula. It's time to pour the cranberry sauce into a small bowl. Set this bowl aside to cool to room temperature. Time for raspberry cranberry sauce. To our saucepan, we need 3 cups of cranberries. Add 1 cup of fresh raspberries, 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. Time for some cranberry raspberry juice. To this recipe, we need to add 3/4 of a cup of the cranberry raspberry juice, 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice, and zest of 1 lemon. Turn the heat to about a medium high and bring this to a boil. Once it starts to boil, we're going to reduce the heat and simmer this for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, most of the cranberries have popped and the sauce has really thickened up. You can tell by the way it's sticking to the back of my spatula. Again, the sauce starts to look kind of like a jam-like consistency. It's time to remove it from the heat and pour the cranberry sauce into a bowl. Set this aside to cool to room temperature. Time for apple cider cranberry sauce. To our saucepan, let's add 3 cups of cranberries. Now I've got an apple here. We're going to wash, peel, and core this apple, and we need 1 cup of shredded apple pieces. Add 1/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, 1/4 of a cup of packed brown sugar, and we've got some pure maple syrup here. Let's add 1/4 of a cup of pure maple syrup. I love that I can find some really good apple cider at the stores during the holiday season. Go ahead and add 3/4 of a cup of apple cider to the saucepan, and 1 cinnamon stick. Turn the heat to about a medium high and bring this sauce up to a boil. Once it's boiling, reduce the heat to a simmer and simmer the sauce for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, most of the cranberries have popped and the sauce has thickened up really nicely. It's time to remove the cinnamon stick. Let's go ahead and pour our apple cider cranberry sauce into a bowl. And set the sauce aside so it can cool to room temperature. Let's make the maple bourbon cranberry sauce. To a saucepan, add 3 cups of cranberries, 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar, And we're going to be using real pure maple syrup in this recipe. We need 1/3 of a cup of pure maple syrup. Add 3/4 of a cup of water. We're using a Kentucky Straight bourbon whiskey for this recipe, and we need 2 tablespoons of bourbon whiskey. Add 1 cinnamon stick. Turn the heat to about a medium-high and bring this sauce up to a boil. Once the sauce has come to a boil, we're going to go ahead and reduce the heat down to a simmer and simmer this for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, most of the cranberries have popped and the sauce has thickened up nicely. Let's go ahead and fish out that cinnamon stick. Pour the maple bourbon cranberry sauce into a small bowl. Let's go ahead and set this off to the side so it can cool to room temperature. Once the sauce has come to room temperature, we're going to go ahead and cover these with some plastic wrap and chill them in the refrigerator for around 3 hours, or you can do this the night before and just chill these overnight. This is a really good example of seeing the different color variations of these sauces based on the ingredients that were used. All 4 of these turned out amazing. I wish I could have you over to my house so you could taste test each one of these to see how wonderfully balanced and delicious they are. I hope you try one of these recipes out this holiday season. All the ingredients and a link to the full recipe is down in the description. Subscribe so you don't miss another yummy recipe. From our family to yours, have a blessed holiday season.